rest assured. Pick it up off the floor, give it all to the poor. And this is how I'm living. Don't give it, he'll give me more. Not for the love of money, Dios me and more. I'm a millionaire, baby. Private jet, yacht, Mercedes.
So I became a teenage father at 17, 18 years old. As you know, as like I know, growing up in a church, that's frowned upon, which led to my removal from a church play. And then this led to my whole just spiritual journey itself, which is a whole different conversation for another day, but still. But with that though, that actually was I just left it alone, period. So I just kind of focused on parenting and kind of more so, put a bad taste in my mouth, kind of deterred me.
So how did you process that just as a person? Did you feel rejected from the church, or like what was going through your mind when you kind of got exiled?
Yeah, I felt fully rejected from the church, from the family, because like I said, I grew up in the church, so I was there for a while. And it was kind of like, it kind of caught me off guard. So, just going back I still remember like it was yesterday. So going back to the day, we were rehearsing for my first major role in a church production around Christmas time. And so typically what happens is when you do certain things, you have to meet with the pastor, things like that. You got to go through counseling, regardless of what it is, which is just customary. So this particular day we're going through, I already did all that, with the counseling with them. And then, so we have a play production, we're doing rehearsals, we're going through it, me, the deacons, the whole cast. He comes in, asks to talk to me for a second, brings me outside, says you can't be in it because of this, X, Y, and Z. And I was like, so I didn't get it at first, but I just left it alone. Nobody in the room got it. It was like, what's going on? Da, 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 da. But yeah, so that definitely was a major pinpoint in my life, just on my whole trajectory spiritually.
What was the shift? Like how do you think it shifted your life? Was it for the good? Was it for the bad? Did you find yourself getting in trouble?
It was good things and bad things. I definitely was more standoffish with the church. That probably was like my last time really, really going. Okay. As like a true member. I still support things here and there, but I just wasn't, so I was kind of standoffish when it came to that. It kind of just put me in a different space when it just came to more so diving into the spiritual things as opposed to religion. Right. And then when it came to acting, I was done with acting. I just was like, all right, I'm good, I'm done. So I didn't explore any other opportunities, anything like that. I didn't know about any stage plays that happened locally. So I just kind of did away with it and just kind of focused on sports, parenting, and going to college.
Right. Now, college, that was big in your life? Was that something that your parents push you to do? Or?
Definitely. It was more so, I wouldn't say push, it was like the automatic thing to do.
Right.
So it's like, okay, you go to school, you get these grades, you go to college, you get the job, so you get the career. So it's kind of just like the thing to do. So it was more like automatic, like you're going to do this, you're going to do that. So yeah.
And what kind of a student were you?
I started off decently, okay. And then I got caught up in like the college life and just the balance of life, and I definitely needed someone there to help me with that balance because being a teenage father, balancing a job and education, it's just a whole lot, and it became a whole lot for me. So I had to actually depart from college because of that part, because it became a whole lot at that time for me. Mm-hmm. So yeah, definitely.
And you still turned out all right.
Still turned out all right.
Yeah, and that's why you're right here right now. Because I know you made it through some stuff, because I said, man, I remember when I first met you and started, bumping into you, you were showing up to the homes of unfortunate families with going through financial hardships.
Yes.
And just blessing them. And I was like, man, this brother's really, really doing it. I mean, tons of gifts for the kids. I just remember people being so grateful and so happy that you showed up. Then I saw you was into sports. Then you was acting, and I said, all right, I got to get him in here. We got to find out what's going on with my brother. He got a lot of hats that he wears. So, yeah. So tell me a little bit about, your love for outreach and how you kind of got, what kind of made you say, this is where I want to, focus my talent.
So I dedicated that to my mother. Shout out to my mom, Dukes. She's my rock, everything. So basically, I'm originally from Chicago. And we all know how Chicago is, So growing up in Chicago is a lot different. My mom's always been involved in community. It's always been instilled in her just to be family and community. So even when we was in Chicago, before we migrated to Connecticut, she would do different activities, programming, and things like that for the kids that lived in our area. So then, fast forward, we moved to Connecticut. We started from Windsor, moved to Hartford. we were under housing authority, she continued the same kind of work, and she had more resources to do so. So we grew up in Westbrook Projects on North End of Hartford. It's no longer there. It's just a new projects now, well, new community, so to speak. But back then, it was a whole different layout. So then, under the housing authority, she would do different trips, activities, programming, things like that, with other adults and things like that for the youth, just to kind of teach us life skills, empowerment, et cetera, et cetera. So I was kind of like alongside with her the whole entire time that she was organizing everything out. I was kind of like her assistant, her unofficial assistant.
Right.
So she kind of showed me everything inside and outs of the whole nine when it came to community, and I kind of just fell in love with it.
Because there's a lot of unsung heroes out there, as you know, that are doing amazing things that they're never going to get an award for. Nobody knows. It's because there's like just a big need. There's a big need. You know what I mean? Like, what did you see that made you say, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to try to make a difference?
Well, first and foremost, so living and seeing poverty every day just puts a whole different perspective on your mindset. It just makes you enjoy things more. It just makes you honor things more. It just makes you hold tight to things, and just want to help. So just me coming from that background, I know what it feels to want, what it feels to need, what it feels to have that adult that you wish could do certain things for you, and mentors, et cetera, et cetera. So just me seeing that, it was motivation enough, along with what my mom instilled in me, to just want to help the next person, whatever it may be, even if it's on a small level. So to start that, even that journey was a childhood friend of mine. Shout out to my man Ant. So in 2009-10, he came to me. He's like, "Hey, listen, I kind of want to do something like what your mom's was doing, but like for the whole city." And I was like, "All right." So we sat down with some like-minded individuals, and it was just on. We started a whole nonprofit organization called For Unity Community Outreach Corporation, and we just hit the ground running with the mindset that we want to just help families from a more grassroots. We're not about getting big payrolls and things like that and all this hierarchy. We're just about whatever we have in our pocket, we want to give out. Whatever resources could come to us, we want to give out to everybody. So that's kind of the idea we had, and along with just promoting nonviolence and unity in the community and things of that nature.
Yeah, and being in Hartford, there's a lot of violence, and it's not too many people jumping up trying to do something about it, and you were definitely one of the ones that was, standing up and trying to make a difference. Oh man, I want to ask you about, because I know you got a lot of stuff going on. So it's like, you got plays going on, you got your business, you got your community outreach work.
So I have an entertainment company, basically. So we do event planning, event management, event staffing, the whole nine. A lot of times it's trial and error. A lot of times it doesn't align. I've had good business relationships, bad business relationships. It's all just, trial and error. It's like anything, friendships, relationships, anything.
That's awesome. So what's the name of your entertainment company?
So it's called Catch the Vibe Entertainment LLC. Established by me and my cousin, Magic. We established it back in 2018 to 2019. Okay. As you may or may not know, I have an extensive security background. I've been doing security since forever as a teenager, et cetera, et cetera. Same thing with my cousin. So we started doing security, and then we saw an avenue where we can do entertainment, and that the word of entertainment was just it's limitless.
It's limitless, yeah.
It's limitless. So it's like with entertainment, you need security, you need event staff, you need these certain things. Right. So from there, we was like, yeah, let's start dive into this more arena and kind of taking this with us and our skill sets, and that's kind of what we did.
What would you like to see the company, and what kind of things would you like to see yourself doing or plan to be doing?
Definitely. So with the company itself, we'd like to be in like probably a brick and mortar space where we can hold private events and public events for the community, for those that are just seeking to have a good time, an enjoyable time, in a fun environment. So we're looking to do that within the coming year or so. Myself too, I'm probably going to be in the middle of writing a production now for a film I'm writing along with my wife. So I'm going to be diving more into films, more into entertainment, and just riding the ride, riding the wave.
Awesome, and I wish you the best in all your endeavors. Do you have a website where people can contact you? Yeah, obviously on Facebook. You have a website, social media that you prefer to be contacted?
Definitely on Facebook, Timothy Hirsch Fraylon. F as in Frank, Raylon. Timothy spelled the regular way. On IG, Fraylon Enterprises. So it's Fraylon, Fraylon _Enterprises with an S as well too. So those are the best ways to connect with me. Or email, bookthisfraylon@outlook.com. Yeah,
And
I'm always looking to connect.
All your
and
contact
network.
information will be in the description box. And we'll be right back with more questions from my man Tim. Peace.
If money fell from the air, homie, just rest assured. Pick it up off the floor, give it all to the poor. And this is how I'm living. Don't give it, it'll give me more. Not for the love of money, Dios me and more.